Hi, hello everyone. My name is Paola Gregis and I work as a selection manager for Brembo. I'm here today with my colleague Roberto Vavassori, that is Chief Public Affairs and Institutional Relations Officer for Brembo. It's a real pleasure to be here and to be part of this Motor Valley Fest this year, not physically but virtually. It's a pleasure. So what we are going to do in the hour, more or less, that we will spend together will be our pleasure to present you our company, what do we do inside the Red Kilometer, and to explain something more about how our work is going on and our projects for the future, and inside into how to candidate for Brembo and what you can do for us. Okay. So first of all, we'd like to start with a brief video about our company that you should be able to see. Sí. Porto giù giro bello. 11 e mezzo. Roberto, non ti preoccupare, metto la presentazione e ti sposto il PC così puoi farlo senza mascherina se vuoi. Se ti metto qui là. Okay. So I hope you've been able to see the video. I don't receive any message, so I think so. Great. Now I have the pleasure to introduce you to Roberto Vavassori that will explain something more about Brembo and will give you a brief but wide overview about the company. Thank you.
Hi, everybody, also from my side, and welcome to this seminar. I'm very pleased to be here with you, and I hope many of you have understood already something about Brembo, but now we will go on explaining something more. So we may start a brief presentation, not the usual, a bit boring institutional one, but something a bit more, we hope, exciting. Okay, what's beyond the checkered flag? Innovation in braking, of course, and many of you may recognize that Brembo is mainly known for being an active company in motorsport since many years, but we will see in a moment that there is much more beyond our interest and competence in motorsport since many years. Driving a vehicle is nothing new, you may guess, and also braking a vehicle. But certainly over the years, particularly in these last 20 years, the challenges have become more and more complex, involving a number of sciences. And therefore, working in automotive in these days is something very exciting for young people interested in chemistry, in physics, in mathematics, in software, in cybersecurity, in lightweight materials, a number of, in artificial intelligence that we also develop. Seeing the world from the perspective of brakes is quite exciting in our view. Very interesting to you, but very known as well. Brembo means brake. Particularly, the dynamic part of a brake means the two components that primarily exchange heat and dissipate kinetic energy that one is accumulating during your driving. But Brembo means brakes for a wide range of application, and honestly, we are the only company in the world having under one roof competencies for braking ranging from a motorcycle, passing through passenger cars, and going up even to commercial vehicles. The world of mobility is what Brembo is involved in. We joke Brembo that and we have been born in Lombardy, one of the post-Renaissance many companies turned to become an expert in its product. A few words are contained in it, and I like to remind focus and flexibility. Being very focused is one of the ingredients for success. If you are not focused, the risk is you dissipate your energy into many things. everything is working properly. Just to make us sure that we are still, should be okay. Moving on here. Okay, perfect. Thanks, thanks a lot. Flexibility is to us absolutely important and means the ability to supply almost all of the teams of F1, so 10 out of 11, but at the same time to produce a wide number of brake discs, like the 75 million we produced last. Brembo is certainly the biggest company around in the world producing this component. And flexibility means the ability to resolve problems to a Formula One team, even for one single brake for one wheel in a few days, and at the same time to supply more than 2,500 different shapes and materials of brake discs to all of our customers worldwide. Customers who include certainly the best names, but also a variety of mass volume producers, because 75 millions are not going only to Ferrari, you may guess. What we like about motorsport is the fact that we may drive to the limit and test our technologies in terms of extreme power, extreme speed, therefore energy, because you well know the formula for energy, and extreme deceleration, extreme lightweight. And to enjoy this, we have some demanding test drivers that we like very much. Since 75, we are involved in competition, and it was thanks to Mr. Enzo Ferrari that we entered the motorsport arena. And up to now, we have won more than 400 world championships in the world and in all these many years. Particularly important to you is this chart, where we indicate the probable evolution in vehicle technology, not only 4 wheels, but also 2 wheels, because Brembo is very much active also in motorbikes. Lightweight, 15 grams of weight reduced in any vehicle equals more or less 1 gram of CO2. Continues to be very important to our world, and Brembo certainly wants to be a lightweight company, not only in the products we produce, but also in the process that we use. Therefore, becoming leaner and with lighter carbon footprint is one of the goals that we are following. And honestly, we have been even capable to be listed one of the best companies in the carbon measuring project. And Brembo is one of the very few Italian companies having achieved the Premier League in this challenge. Then mechatronic means the ability to provide the best mechanical components coped with the most advanced electronics and actuation. Therefore, the brakes of the future will be much more by-wire elements and not only hydraulic elements as they appear today. This is a fascinating world where Brembo expresses one of the most intriguing, I would say, frontier for young people and young engineers wanting to apply to this science. Last but not least, ADAS, all of what make our vehicles safer and more enjoyable. You know that 90+% of the road accident occur because of drivers not paying attention enough or not taking the right decisions. So ADAS are becoming very, very important in reducing the fatalities on the road. Not all of you may know that in Europe, which is the safest of the continent in driving, we still have almost 30,000 deaths on the road every year, 3,000 of them only in Italy. And sorry to say this, but just to remind how safety is important for young generation. The most of the deaths occur in the people aged from 18 to 28. So ADAS is very important to us. Ah, well, pity. Some technical problem. You may not see the presentation, but nevertheless will be uploaded somewhere after this presentation so that you may enjoy it. I may comment, I may go on without taking too much of your time. And nevertheless, commenting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no problem. Yep. Okay. So here you recognize, you don't recognize, but I can tell you, we enjoy some special customers who are the drivers competing in every category of the motorsport, from Formula One to rally to MotoGP, superbikes, you name motocross, enduro, you name them. And these are very spirited testers of our brake systems. And when they smile from the podium, we are happy. When they do not do so, of course, we have to immediately react and to keep them cozy, warm, and satisfied. We love our demanding customers because over the years we have seen that at least 60% of what we first introduced in racing is then moved to the road-going environment. And this is very important because this makes Brembo a unique company capable to quickly move products from the racing ground to the series development. Take one of our latest brakes on one SUV, you miss almost like one of the racing product of only 2 to 3 years before. Then speed and efficiency that we enjoy when there are pit stops is also the same philosophy that we bring into our factory, where digitalization is very much daily used, and interconnection of all of our machines, robots, and our plants is effective since a few years now. And we may see physically and not only virtually all of our machines working every moment in every corner of the world, in all of our 17 factories. Over the years, we have developed an interesting multinationality and multiculturalism. You don't see here, but we are present in the various continents of the world, from China to India, from Mexico, Germany, England, US, Spain, Czech Republic, Poland, and of course, Italy. So every one of you who want to test him or herself in a very challenging and update environment could have Brembo as a target for his career. Last but not least, we are a growing company thanks to innovation and thanks to a number of investments that we promote every year to keep our success story continuing despite this challenging time. I conclude this short presentation recommending to you enjoy your break and drive safely. Thanks.
Great, so thank you, Roberto. Let's try to see if we can use the second presentation or not, or if Zoom is leaving us. One moment, this is the inconvenience that happens when you are online. So I'll start, and then if we will be able to reconnect It will be a pleasure also because in this moment I can see the chat. So for what concerns my part, I want to introduce you to the new goals that this um, revolution in technology will bring to us. So which skills and expertise we will need in the future to enter the labor market or in the automotive labor market and be competitive? This is, of course, $1 million question, and it is not easy to answer to it, but what we can say is that, as Roberto said during his speech, and as you heard during the other speeches in those 2 days, we are facing a revolution. We are facing a completely new era in which technology is the queen. I mean, we are facing smart and connected vehicles, robotics, IoT, 3D printing, big data management. So something new, something that we didn't expect 10 years ago. There is an interesting research from SAP that says that the 65% of children entering now the primary school will end up doing a job that do not exist yet. So this is pretty interesting according to the next future, but this completely new era we are going to face will have something important at the same level. Technology, for sure, as we are saying, but also people. So those are the two key factors and the two elements that we need to keep in mind: people and technology together. So you are probably newly graduates, or you're going to be. So what are the skills that you need to enter this market, the labor market in general and the automotive market? Yeah, I think two skills, hard and soft skills. What do I mean? I mean that we don't expect a popping up of completely new jobs, brand new jobs that arise from one day to another, as we don't expect new skills, new technology, new soft skills, completely different from the past. What we can expect, we probably will face, is a blending between existing and new jobs, soft skills that already exist, but seen in a new light, seen in a different light that is perceived in the new technology world. So at the same time, hard skill and soft skills together. What do I mean when I speak about hard skills? Hard skills are those measurable skills, something that you can measure because it's quantifiable. For example, we can think about your academic experience, the courses that you attended, the project management lesson that you attended, so something that you acquired that you can measure. For what concern the labor market, the new era of those jobs, we can think about artificial intelligence, cloud computing, data management, machine learning, data science, hardware and software, specialists, for example, information security, mechatronics, as was saying Roberto before. So all those new roles that leads, of course, and that depends to new technologies, and that will present a new scenario. What is sure is that we are not losing all the existing jobs, the old-year jobs, as we can say, such as designer, CFD analyst, testing engineer, process quality engineer, project management. We won't lose them. We are still having them, and I will tell you more. We will still have them in the future, but in a new light, provided but with new technologies, with these new technologies that are arousing. So technology has this phase, old, let's say old and new kind of jobs, but not alone, but besides soft skills. Soft skills are opposite from hard skills, as we were saying before. They are the people skill, something related to the way we interact one to each other, something related to the way in which we deal with other people, our personality traits. And also in this hyper-connected and digital era, we still be needed those skills. To do you an example, when we talk about soft skills, we can think about, I don't know, critical thinking, interfunctionality, curiosity, flexibility, time management, problem solving, just to give you some examples, some ideas of these soft skills. And if you think about creativity, for example, or empathy, problem solving, all these skills are not useless in the new world of the labor market, because they allow employees to reach better results faster and to process new information in a better way. For example, if you think about intuition, initiative, persuasion, they are very important also for you that are newly graduate to create a process of acquiring. So they still remain important also because we will have new technologies, but we need someone that uses those technologies, no? That can interact with them, that is able to manage them in order to get in the best from them. And of course, no matter how deeper a technology is deeper in our everyday working life, we will still need the ability to cooperate together, to have empathy, to solve problems and to challenge difficulties. So those skills are invaluable and they will still remain for the future. In this case, I have prepared an interesting chart regarding Brembo's value, but I will tell you something about this, and of course you can find them on our website, because I was interested in showing you that also for a big company like Brembo, the values, the core values are related to soft skills, not just on technical part, as Roberto was saying. We are talking about ethics, we are talking about quality, proactivity in the meaning of strategic thought, innovativeness, assumption of risks, belonging, feeling yourself like being part of a company, being part of something bigger, and be proud as recognized as part of it. And the commitment in doing every time, every day, your best in terms of performance, skills, potential, and motivation in order to achieve company goals and, of course, personal goals that will go together with company goals. So I invite you to give an eye to our website, and then I will give you all the details for it. To conclude, what about you? I mean, I told about soft skills, hard skills, the new revolution, this new world, but what about you? This is the good news, because you are still you can make the difference, and your attitude is still making the difference when you look for a job, when you're looking for a job. In which sense? You are newly graduate, or you are going to face your first interviews, you are going to face your labor market for the first time. Do not forget ever that when you are applying for a company, you are applying for the technical part of the company, but also for the soft skills, the people part. Okay, so we as a recruiter, we are always going to look for both the technical but also the soft skills. You can think that you don't have, or you haven't trained yourself regarding soft skills, because it's clear that when you have studied at university, you have attended courses, you have a proven experience in mechanical, for example, engineering, or mechatronics engineering, or so on. But what about soft skills? And this is another good news, because also soft skills have been trained. How? think about your Erasmus experience, for example, the odd jobs that you have done during your academic experience or the high school. Think about when you have been part of a band or when you trained a group of young people for volleyball or football. In all these occasions, you experimented yourself in time management, in dealing with people, in showing your empathy, in problem solving. So you already experimented yourself with those skills. So think about it when you are facing a job interview, and think about yourself, because you are the center of this process. And remember also that every company is ready to train you, both for technical part, but also on soft skills. So if you think you are lacking of something, don't be afraid, because training is another key of your and our success. So to conclude and to introduce you how we hire and how to apply for Brembo, I just want you to remember that it's really about you, and it's really on your hands, your success. So be ready to enter a company and to take with yourself your luggage of knowledges, of soft skills, and be ready to enlarge, enrich, and enhance it, because this is your role as a newly graduate. So I had also in this case some charts, but I will tell you the website and the other information. I'm sorry, just one thing. I can see the questions, because I do not access to the chat. So if someone of Motor Valley can read them to us, because I do not have access to the chat. Sorry, but this is the beauty of the online online YouTube. So just a few words about our working and internship opportunities. We have both of them. You can find them on our website, www.brembo.com. We have both internship and working opportunities, so you can look for both of them. For what regards internship, I want to say that they usually last 6 months, because we think it's the medium time in which you can understand where you are and start in learning something. So we are also open to thesis opportunities, and you can find everything on our website, and also the open position at the moment. Thank you. Let's see if we are able to read some questions. Nicolò, because we do not have access to the chat. I don't know why. No, I'm sorry. I think we are not allowed to answer to your questions, but I just want to give you.
We may, if we know the question.
Exactly. See? No, è che... Leggimelo tu, per favore. Factoring improving in Brembo.
Okay, certainly is one of the latest technique that we are working on, and we use it where the regulation is permitted. You know that additive manufacturing is, for the time being at least, used mostly for very low volume parts, and we use it for specific components or products where the regulation, particularly in motorsport, allows for such technique to be used. We designed calipers, we designed brakes and component of the brakes already in additive manufacturing. And we know that the most important factor of succeeding in additive manufacturing is an intimate knowledge of the powder of material you are using. And this is where we are investing quite a bit. Plus, of course, a revolutionary thinking to the shapes of our products. If you come and visit us, you will see very different sort of brakes for the shape, from the shape you normally may see around. I hope I have answered your question.
Grazie. Okay. Great. So the second question is, what are the figures that you look for most, and what are the most relevant factors that can allow you to enter Brembo? So what's for sure, we are looking for, as you can see in our website, three main areas: the operation area, technical area, and staff areas. We are looking for designer engineers, data engineers, testing engineers that test our products on the field, on the benches, but also for what concerns operation, process, project engineers, production planning, logistics, and all what is behind the plans, and also staff, marketing figures, legal figures, administrative figures, HR figures. So all these parts are really important to us. What is important to enter Brembo? We can say that, of course, an academic experience, an academic path that is well done and in the right times is important, but it's also important to have a knowledge of English and German, for example, and to have proven yourself in different experiences, like I was saying before, Erasmus projects, or jobs, also if they are not linked directly to breaks, also because it's not so easy to find them. But in general, they have proven yourself in a different world, dealing with different people, so you have already faced challenges and have failures that are important for your growth. And of course, if you have done some internships or some training experiences, those are important also for us. Okay, let's see if we have another question. See? Puoi ripetere, scusa? Okay. Roberto, is for you. The question is if we have teams that design discs beside calipers.
Yes, of course, we have teams dedicated not only to the two products mentioned, discs and calipers, which require different skills, but ultimately go together in composing a braking system. Therefore, we need also who is able to integrate the two of them. But we have specific plans dealing with the two different products, because discs are 99% made by alloys of iron. So we use foundries, we use special alloys and materials to come to our brake discs. A very tiny portion is made in carbon-carbon ceramic, which is a specialty that Brembo cultivates since many years. For calipers instead, we mostly deal with aluminum, various alloys of aluminum, different shapes from motorcycle to passenger cars. And when it comes to brake discs for motorcycle, they are normally made out of stainless steel. So we have a variety of materials to deal with, a variety of sciences of material. And now we also use artificial intelligence applied to the processes in order to improve constantly the way we use the different materials. But the answer is yes, we have dedicated plans and dedicated teams to develop each of our components. But then we need to integrate them in a single vehicle.
Okay, grazie. Sì, magari rispondiamo a queste poi. So another question for Roberto. They are interested in knowing if we are near pilots during Formula One and MotoGP, and the other one that is relating to energy storage, if we are thinking about something like this in the new electric vehicles.
Okay, yeah, motorsport is a fundamental part of our activity, is a center of profit, and therefore we have dedicated people to these activities. They have also to take care of the various teams in the various championships. Therefore, the answer is definitely yes. We have specialized technicians who travel the world following the various championships. But important, when we are on the race ground for a Grand Prix, we do not want to interfere with the specific teams, and therefore the job is there. We prepared up to the last minute during the practices, but then it is up to them to deal with the car, also with our brakes during a GP. And this is very important in terms of responsibility and know-how. If you enter now a paddock or let's say laptops and powerful PCs and servers, because more and more the cars are loaded with hundreds of sensors, and all of the sensors useful to our job are also accessible to our people in order to get knowledge about the next competition. Certainly, we are also dealing with energy storage and recuperational braking. It is important to us. And you may know that since the day one, we are proud supplier, among other things, to Tesla. And we are supplying our brakes to a number of fully electric or hybrid cars, integrating the recuperation of energy with our active brake. Yes.
Okay, so the last two questions, and then we have to close. So a question was about PhD, and if PhD in general, I would say, are important for the company. Absolutely. We also hire PhD for specific areas such as R&D, for example, a lot, and the material area, and all the new technologies are pretty focused used also on PhD. So that's for sure. You can find, of course, open position for them on our website when they are open. And the last one is about a university made by Brembo, as other companies in the Motor Valley has probably done. Not exactly, not at the moment, but we are having in the nowadays and in the past years a lot of interesting collaboration with the main university on the Italian ground. So we are working a lot with Politecnico di Milano, that is of course also pretty near to us, and we are creating our own specific academy that is called Accademia del Freno, so Brake Academy, for a specific panel of students. And this is our way to create a sort of specific course for students. So we hope, of course, to enlarge the public and to go also over Polytechnic and maybe in some other university in Italy. So for what I know, we don't have any more questions. For every application, you can go on our website. We would like to thank you so much for your time, for your presence here today. We are sorry for the little problems, but we are sure that in any case, we have reached you with our message. So thank you. Bye. Also from Roberto.
Thank you. Bye, and enjoy your breaks again.